JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 5 episode review video. But before I get into that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or even watching The Walking Dead, then I suggest that you pay attention to that episode title. I'll even put that episode title in the description for you. If that's the case and you're not caught up, I suggest, as so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further, simply to avoid spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 5, episode number 15. The episode title is called Try. And keep in mind, it's an episode that I've seen a few times. I'm just reviewing it to have it on my channel. And reviewing it because they announced that The Walking Dead Season 11 will be the final season of the main Walking Dead show. Doesn't necessarily mean the end of the Walking Dead story. Deanna and her family mourn Aiden's death when Carol leaves a tuna pasta bake and a note of condolences on Deanna's doorstep. Deanna picks the note up, leaving the pasta behind, and afterwards proceeds to burn the card. Then she watches a video of Nicholas describing the incident in which he lies and blames or places blame on Glenn for Aiden and Noah's deaths. While Glenn relates the true series of events to Rick, Deanna prohibits them from carrying firearms and from leaving the safe zone or Alexandria while she investigates. And then the next morning, Rosita tells Michonne that Sasha has gone missing from her post in the tower. Worried, they venture outside the walls to look for her. They find several dead walkers and realize Sasha is actively hunting them, and they track her down and help eliminate a large pack of walkers, which leads to an outburst from Sasha. So Sasha's gone a little crazy. Glenn confronts Nicholas and tells him men like him should have died to the walkers, but he was lucky that the Alexandria's walls had came up in time. Glenn tells Nicholas never to set foot outside the walls again, fearing that Glenn will reveal his cowardice. Nicholas Rader retrieves a pistol, the same one that Rick had stashed away but had disappeared before they entered Alexandria. Meanwhile, Carl follows Enid outside the wall. She reveals she knows Carl has been following her, but allows him to come with her. They bond over their shared experiences as survivors from the outside, but are forced to hide inside a hollow tree from a walker horde. Enid says the world belongs to the walkers and humans just live in it. They look into each other's eyes and Carl touches Enid's hand for a second before pulling back. So Enid and Carl almost got it on there. And then elsewhere outside the walls, Daryl and Aaron notice more walkers are coming into the area. They investigate a light in the distance and come across a freshly severed limbs and a woman who has been tied to a tree and eaten alive by walkers. Her body remaining as they find her, or reanimating, I should say, or turning, I should say, and then killing the walker. There is also a W carved into the forehead, so we got to find out what this W stuff is. And then Rick approaches Deanna about Pete's abusive behavior and is shocked when Deanna reveals that she already knows about it. Since Pete is a surgeon, his skills are invaluable to Alexandria, and Deanna is not willing to have Pete separated from Jesse or executed. If it comes down to it, she says that she will have Pete exiled. Rick believes exiling Pete will only put Alexandria in danger, but Deanna refuses to listen. Rick talks to Jesse again and reveals that he knows Pete is abusing her. Jesse assures Rick she can fix her relationship with Pete, but Rick is not convinced at all. He promises to protect Jesse, and she agrees to let him protect her. Just as Pete enters their home, Jesse stands up for herself and orders Pete to leave, but Pete grows angry and the two men begin to fight. Their fight makes its way to the streets as they win through Jesse's window, or Jesse and Pete's window. And Jesse and Carl attempt to stop the fight but fail. Rick finally subdues Pete in a headlock. Deanna orders Rick to stand down, but Rick doesn't acknowledge, instead warning Pete that if he harms Jesse, or either Jesse or Sam again, he will kill him. Deanna once again orders Rick to withdraw, but Rick points his revolver at the crowd and goes on a rant, telling Deanna how Alexandria is too complacent and will eventually destroy itself under her leadership, and that the way to survive is to have people like Pete executed. Michonne eventually randomly silences Rick mid-rant by knocking him unconscious. So that's the end of the episode. Very entertaining episode. It sets it up well for the season finale of Season 5, which will be the next episode. I like most of what I saw. Sasha going nuts is something we've seen for a few episodes now. I'm getting a little annoyed by it, but it is what it is. Character of the episode, Rick. My score of the episode, 8.7 out of 10. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So first of all, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you enjoy this episode, Try from season 5, go ahead and smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in watching this, go ahead and share the video with them. Leave me a comment in the comment section about your favorite episodes, favorite characters, what your score of this episode was, your character of the episode, or your favorite moment of this episode. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.